Okay, friends, let's discuss one more very interesting topic, that is escape velocity. Escape velocity. From the title of the topic only, you will be able to recognize what the topic includes. Yes, yeah, of course. Escape. Escape means was to go away, to leave something. And here, velocity, right? The velocity which is required to escape something. What that something will come to know at the end of topic. So let's begin. Again, I will take the same example of the ball and the earth. Our earth, or you can say any planet, has the force of attraction toward its center, and this force is nothing but the gravity, or we can say gravitational force of attraction, right? It pulls everything which is on the surface or at particular range, everything it pulls downward, right? It pulls down towards its center. Now let us take an example. If a boy is standing over here on the surface of the earth and a boy throws a ball in upward direction. In the beginning, ball is at surface. At this time ball is in the zero motion, is in the rest. There is no movement in the ball, right? Now if the ball is thrown upward, if ball is thrown upward, then what will happen? Ball will move up. Okay, ball will move up, uh, up to the certain height. Up to the certain height, it will reach at certain position. Okay, now what will happen to the ball? Whether it will keep on moving forward or it will come down. What will happen? Yes, after reaching certain height, ball will start to fall down. Correct? Why ball fall down? Why the ball started to fall down? Already we have discussed this whole. Once again we are repeating. So why the ball is falling down? Due to the gravity which is pulling this moving ball, right, is moving with certain velocity, and this force of gravitation, gravity is pulling gravity is pulling the ball down, pulling ball down. So due to this pull of gravity, after reaching particular height, final velocity of the ball becomes 0. Final velocity of ball becomes 0, and then it starts to fall down. Okay, now let me come back again to the point. How much maximum height the ball will reach? Maximum height of ball is depending on what? Yes, it is depending again on the initial velocity which you have provided here. It is depending on initial velocity by which a ball has thrown upward, right? If at the beginning you have thrown the ball with a great velocity, the ball will reach more height. If ball is thrown with the less velocity, it will go less height. So a simple example, if I am giving the velocity less, it will go up to certain less height. If I will throw it high, it will go more, right? So maximum height at which ball will go or any object will go is depending on the initial velocity which is provided to that object to move in upward direction. Okay. So this we can calculate by Newton's third equation. So Newton's third equation of motion can be used to calculate this final velocity, that at which the object will reach the maximum height. What is the formula? What is the equation? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now here v square at this place, v square means what? Final velocity. V means what? Final velocity, right? And at this state, at certain height, when ball start to downfall, what is the value of final velocity? It is nothing but 0, right? And the another thing, we have seen that the acceleration, here it is acceleration due to gravity. It is continuously experiencing force of gravitation. Means gravitation is pulling down and it is accelerated up. So direction, acceleration is a vector quantity. Acceleration is moving upward but force is down. So in the order of this gravitational force, the value of G will be negative, right? Value of G will be negative. Due to what? It is due to gravity equal to u square plus 2as. Value of V, that is final velocity, is 0. 0 square is equal to u square plus 2as. 0 square 0. Value of A is negative G equal to u square plus negative 2G into S. We have to find out S. S means what? What is the S? S is maximum height at which ball will reach. So S is equal to, let us transpose these numbers. U square and this multiplication will go in the denominator, that is 2G, and this is negative u square 2G. Am I clear? So let's move next. Value of G. Now suppose up to here is clear. Now let me go further. Now let us consider, as the object moves higher and higher, as the object moves higher and higher, value of G at height will decrease and decrease. As it will reach at particular height, now see, as the object will go higher and higher, value of G will keep on decrease and decrease. The value of G will keep on decrease and decrease. Due to what? Due to pull of gravity, due to the gravitational force. So if we keep on increasing initial velocity, now here see acceleration is reducing. Okay. So gravity can acceleration is reducing due to the gravity. Now what we will do in this, so that it will move on, it will not fall down, it will not fall down, its a velocity will not become zero. So in that case what we have to do, we have to increase its initial velocity, means we have to increase value of initial velocity, right? Value of g keeps on decreasing as we go at height due to the gravity. And so if we can keep on increasing initial velocity, then ball will reach more and more at height. Suppose ball reached here, we increase the velocity, then ball will move here. Again we will increase the velocity, then ball will move again at height, and ball will reach at then on such a position where this force will be overcome by increased velocity, continuously increased velocity. And that increased velocity which is required to overcome pull of gravitation and which is required to escape the gravitational force, that velocity is called as escape velocity. My dear students, do you understand what is mean by escape velocity? So what is the escape velocity? Escape velocity is that initial velocity of an object by which it overcomes the Earth's gravitational force of attraction. I'm clear? Now let us derive the expression for the escape velocity. So on the surface of Earth, and here at infinite distance from Earth. Simultaneously two cases we will see for the different values. Here kinetic energy in an object will be 1 upon 2 mv square. Here value of v is escape velocity. Then the second thing, potential energy. It can be negative g m upon r. We discussed in the gravitational potential energy. And c, that is total energy. Total energy is kinetic energy plus potential energy, that is 1 upon 2 mv square plus negative g m upon r. Now due to this negative sign it will be 1 upon 2 mv square minus g m upon r. And for infinite distance first, and for infinite distance from the Earth, first kinetic energy will be 0, and potential energy is equal to negative g m upon r. Here r means the distance is infinite. So whenever the denominator is infinite, the quantity is 0, or we can say uncountable. C. So total energy is equal to, here this total energy we will consider as E1, and here this total energy we will consider as E2. So E2 is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So it will be 0. 0 plus 0, it will be 0. So object in the space will have 0 kinetic, 0 total energy after reaching height. Now from the principle of conservation of energy, what is principle of conservation of energy? By law of conservation of energy, we know that E1 is equal to E2. Lastly, we were having equation E1 plus E2 equal to 0. Let us substitute the values. 1 upon 2 mv square plus negative gmm upon r. This is the value of E2. 1 upon 2 mv square minus gmm upon r equal to 0. We have to calculate escape velocity. Let us transpose this. So 1 upon 2 mv square is equal to, this negative will become positive, gmm upon r. Okay, and on the both side mm is common. So for calculating escape velocity square, this 2 will go in numerator. So 2 gm upon r. Now next, multiply and divide by r. Why? So that this will become g on both the sides. So v square on both sides. Into r upon r equal to 2 gm into r upon r. So v escape velocity square is equal to 2 gm upon r into r upon r. This r cancel. Vs square is equal to 2 gm r upon r square. Now remember, this is the value of g. So v is square is equal to 2 g r, and we will find out square root of this. So it will be escape velocity. Therefore escape velocity is equal to square root of 2 into g. Let us substitute the values. 2 into g, value of g is 9.8 into r. Radius of earth 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. We'll write here. So escape velocity is equal to 2g r, square root of 2g r. Values we will keep. 2 into g is 9.8 multiplied by r, 6.4 into 10 to the power 6, square root of into square root of 6.4 into 10 to the power 6, 1.4 into 0.8 into 10 to the power 3, 112 into 10 to the power 3. This is escape velocity, meter per second square. Suppose you have to convert it into the kilometer per second square, then 11.2 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 10 to the power 3. Then this will cancel. So escape velocity is equal to 11.2 kilometer per second square. Is it clear? Let's move for the last example of lesson. Solve example which is given here based on calculating escape velocity. But before that, with this value, what do you understand? Escape velocity on the earth is 11.2 kilometer per second square. So the spacecraft which we are sending in the rockets, right, on the different planets, what is their initial velocity? Their initial velocity, that is escape velocity, is 11.2. So from this discussion, what do you understand? Spacecraft which are sent to the moon or other planets have to move with the velocity of 11.2 kilometer per second square. Then only they will be able to overcome the gravitation of the earth, and they will subjected in the space so that they will not fall down. Let's move to the last point of the lesson. Solve example given on textbook page number 14. Question number 1. Calculate the escape velocity of object on the surface of the moon. Escape velocity we have to find out on moon. How much it is. If mass and radius of the moon are given, mass of moon is equal to 7.34 into 10 to the power 22 kilograms, and radius of moon is equal to 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meters. So we have to calculate escape velocity. Escape velocity is equal to square root of 2 into g into r. You can go with this formula, or also you can use here according to your textbook. That is square root of 2gm upon r. In both the ways, answer will be same. Simple, you have to substitute the values. 2 into 6.67 into 10 to the power negative 11 into 7.34 into 10 to the power 22. upon radius is 1.74 into 10 to the power 6. As you will go by the calculation stepwise, you will get value 2.37 kilometers per second. This, I feel this is a very easy way. See, you don't know the value of g on moon, it is not given, but since we know that value of g on earth is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Here I will prefer this method. Very simple. This is the long calculation, this is the easy calculation. We know the value of g on earth. On earth it is 9.8 meter per second square, and we know that value of g on moon is 1/6 of 9.8, that is value on earth. .68 meter per second square. Now this value we will use in this formula. So escape velocity is equal to square root of 2 into 1.68 into r. Value of r is 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 is equal to, when you will do the multiplication, you will get 2. When you will get the when you will do the multiplication, you will get the answer of this. On calculating the value, you will get as 5.67. On multiplication, you will get the value 5.67 into 10 to the power 6. Now square root of 5.67, 2.38 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, if this is meter per second square, if you have to convert it into the kilometer per second square, then what? 2.38 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 1000, that is 2.38 kilometer per second square. Is this clear? So this is the end of the chapter. Kindly practice all the examples and read the text. All in-text question you read and prepare them well.
We have seen that when a ball is thrown upwards, its velocity decreases because of the gravitation of the earth. The velocity becomes zero after reaching a certain height, and after that, ball starts falling down. Its maximum height depends on its initial velocity. According to Newton's third equation of motion is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V is equal to the final velocity of the ball is equal to 0, and a is equal to minus g. Therefore, 0 is equal to u square plus 2 minus gs, and maximum height of the ball is equal to s is equal to minus u square upon 2g. Thus, higher the initial velocity u, the larger is the height reached by the ball. The reason for this is that the higher the initial velocity, the ball will oppose the gravity of the earth more, and larger will be the height to which it can reach. We have seen above that the value of g keeps decreasing as we go higher above the surface of the earth. Thus, the force pulling the ball downward decreases as the ball goes up. If we keep increasing the initial velocity of the ball, it will reach larger and larger heights, and above a particular value of initial velocity of the ball is able to overcome the downward pull by the earth and can escape the earth forever and will not fall back on the earth. This velocity is called escape velocity. We can determine its value by using the law of conservation of energy as follows. An object going vertically upwards from the surface of the earth, having an initial velocity equal to the escape velocity, escapes the gravitational force of the earth. The force of gravity, being inversely proportional to the square of the distance, becomes zero only at infinite distance from the earth. This means that for the object to be free from the gravity of the earth, it has to reach infinite distance from the earth. That is, the object will come to rest at infinite distance and will stay there. For an object of mass m on the surface of the earth, A, kinetic energy is equal to 1 upon 2 mv escape square. B, potential energy is equal to minus gmm upon r. C, total energy is equal to E1 is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 1 upon 2 mv escape square minus gmm upon r. At infinite distance from the earth, A, kinetic energy is equal to 0, B, potential energy is equal to minus gmm upon infinity is equal to 0. C, total energy is equal to E2 is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to 0. From the principle of conservation of energy, E1 is equal to E2. 1 upon 2 mv escape square minus gmm upon r is equal to 0. V escape square is equal to 2 gm upon r. V escape is equal to square root 2 gm upon r is equal to square root 2 gr is equal to square root 2 into 9.8 into 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to 11.2 kilometers per second. The spacecrafts which are sent to the moon or other planets have to have their initial velocity larger than the escape velocity so that they can overcome Earth's gravitational attraction and can travel to these objects. Solved examples. Example 1. Calculate the escape velocity on the surface of the moon given the mass and radius of the moon to be 7.34 into 10 raised to 22 kg and 1.74 into 10 raised to 6 meters respectively. Given g is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 n m square per kg square. Mass of the moon is equal to m is equal to 7.34 into 10 raised to 22 kg and radius of the moon is equal to r is equal to 1.74 into 10 raised to 6 meters. Escape velocity is equal to V escape is equal to square root 2 gm upon r, square root 2 into 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 7.34 into 10 raised to 22 upon 1.74 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to 2.37 kilometers per second. Escape velocity on the moon 2.37 kilometers per second. Weightlessness in space. Do you know? Space travelers as well as objects in the spacecraft appear to be floating. Why does this happen? Though the spacecraft is at a height from the surface of the Earth, the value of g there is not 0. In the space station, the value of g is only 11% less than its value on the surface of the Earth. Thus, the height of the spacecraft is not the reason for their weightlessness. Their weightlessness is caused by their being in the state of free fall. Though the spacecraft is not falling on the Earth, because of its velocity along the orbit, the only force acting on it is the gravitational force of the Earth, and therefore it is in a free fall. As the velocity of free fall does not depend on the properties of an object, the velocity of free fall is the same for the spacecraft, the travelers, and the objects in the craft. Thus, if a traveler releases an object from her hand, it will remain stationary with respect to her and will appear to be weightless.